Greetings, everyone. My name is Alonzo Kelly, and I have the honor of being invited to serve with all of you in a few short weeks, March 14th and 15th. And one of the things I like to do, because I'm allergic to awkward situations, is maybe if I introduce myself to you when we finally meet, we won't be strangers. So, who am I? I currently live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I am originally from Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to everybody who's hearing this who may or may not be connected to Detroit. I know I'm not supposed to say this, but you will be my favorite person in the room. Anyway, so what do I have planned for us? First, you should know that I have never read or ever been taught that you cannot have fun while learning. I am a person who just I enjoy environments where we get to laugh and we get to think a little bit. You're going to hear me say things like funny till it's not funny, which is pretty much everything about life, right? It's funny till it's not funny. So I have some activities for us that are going to challenge the way we think. It's going to challenge the way that we talk. It's going to give us some things to think about in the classroom, in our circles of influence, our family and friends, and also when we're by ourselves. So if I can be a nerd for a second, which I embrace, I want to point something out to everyone before I get there. There are 6 different ways to learn. They're called the 6 modalities. 6 different ways to learn. Read, write, listen, speak, think, and role play. Read, some of you read it and you got it. Some of you are going to write every single thing down like you're in the classroom or you're in that meeting. And even though the content is in front of you on paper or it's on the screen and you're told you're going to get it later, you still got to write it down. That's okay. Read, write, listen. Some of you are going to be there all day and not write down a single thing. I want to let you know I am personally not offended by that. It has been my experience that some people can't learn while writing while someone else is talking, so they're going to listen. So I'm cool with that. Speak. We are going to talk to each other a lot. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I'm telling you now that I'm going to ask you in a way where no matter what you say, you're right. I'm going to set you up to be right. So be prepared to think out loud, have conversations with one another or in small groups. And this is for both groups, both students and parents and staff and teachers, everyone who's there. Um, think. Think is the 5th way. Here's what I've learned about me. I can be in a meeting and people can be sharing information with me. My mom would give me a bunch of stuff to do, and then she'd ask me if I had any questions. And I wouldn't have any at the time because maybe my brain can't move as fast as everybody else's. So what I need or I require is share the information with me. I'll be in dialogue with you. And then if you ask me if I have any questions, I may not at the time. But you know what's going to happen on my way home? It's going to hit me and I'm going to say something to myself like, wait a minute, how is that supposed to work? Or I thought you said we were gonna. Some of us just need to think, right? So I want to let you know that I'm going to be patient and give you an opportunity for that. And then finally, role play. I'm telling you now, we're going to get together and we're going to do some role play. We're going to practice giving one another some feedback on some things or role playing a scenario. Excuse me. So I want you to know that you should be prepared for that. Now, I do have a little bit of homework for everyone to practice and prepare for our time together. And you're going to see these again, but here's the first one. What you're looking at on the screen is a box of matches on the bench, a candle in the middle, and a fire extinguisher on a motorcycle. Matches, candle, fire extinguisher. Here's what I'd like for you to do. I'd like for you to answer for me, what is a story that explains what it is you're looking at? Like, what's the story here? What's going on here? matches, candle, fire extinguisher. And it is okay to show this picture to as many people as you want. But what I want you to do is I want you to inventory how many different stories are you hearing, even though we're all looking at the same picture. So what's your understanding of the story? And I do want you to know this, no matter what you see, you're right. No matter what you see, you're right. If that's how you see it, that's how you see it. Now, I will balance this out. My mom used to say things like, man, you're not wrong, just incomplete. However you see it is how you see it, but how you see it does not make it the truth about what's going on. So that's homework assignment number one. Number two, take a good look at this picture. I understand this to be a lion. In my experience, I can find a lion in a zoo, in a circus, and in the wild. Zoo, circus, wild. So which lion is the real lion? The one in the zoo, the one in the circus, or the one in the wild? So which one to you is the real one? And will you please share with someone why you believe your answer is right? Which one is the real one? That's it. That's all on that one. What you're looking at on your screen now is a person walking along a bike with some bricks stacked up on it. My question to you is, what's the problem? So if you look close, you can see the person walking along the side of the bike. They've got their arm through like a hole they created to steer the bike, or steer as best you can steer that. And my question for you is, what's the problem? What's the problem as you see it? And then finally, you've got a tow truck with the car on the bed of the tow truck, and you've got some law enforcement in the backyard, and the tow truck's in the pool. What's the problem? What's the problem here? What, if any, problems, I suppose I should say, do you see? How many can you find? So that's it. That's my contact information. I do pride myself in keeping the space safe, so there's no sense in me not being transparent with who I am. If you want to know how I show up, that's how I show up. So listen, I cannot wait to be in this space with you. I have been looking forward to this day for a very long time. For those that need to hear it, the planning for this has been about a year. So whoever put this together, I want to let you know it is very intentional. There's been a lot of thought put into it, and I'm honored to be a part of it. So stay safe, everyone. Have fun with the homework. Come prepared to laugh and have fun and to think. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, everybody.